Hi, Grace Prep family. I cannot tell you how excited and honored I am to be with you guys tonight. I really wish that I could be there in person, but alas, we will just have to wait for this fall. I just kind of wanted to give those of you who don't know me just a little bit of background on my Grace Prep story. It had actually started 5 years ago when I was sitting in pretty much the same exact place that you guys are right now. My family and I had just moved to State College, and we actually found out about the school through our mortgage broker who just randomly decided to invite us to this banquet. And I remember walking in, not knowing a single person and not really knowing what to expect. But that night kind of ended up being a milestone in my life. I remember walking away knowing two things for sure. One was that I definitely wanted to spend my senior year at Grace Prep. And two was that for some reason or another, I definitely knew that I was going to be a part of the 2006 Mission Z team. Um, and when I try to explain my Grace Prep experience to people, they find it really hard to believe that I was only there for 1 year. Um, I mean, I kind of understand. I mean, how can just 1 year of your life affect you in such a huge way? Um, but I know that God brought us to State College for a reason, even though we were only there for just a really short time. But I think one of the biggest reasons was just Grace Prep and the way that it affected not only me, but my whole family. Um, and it was during this year that I truly started to understand just who I am and who God wants me to be. And I found in Grace Prep like this really safe haven where I was free to take risks and challenge myself and try new things. And um, I mean, it's funny now. Like I never would have imagined myself doing things like campaigning for student body vice president or planning the prom for the whole school. But I mean, I did these things and so much more at Grace Prep. But by far, the thing that affected me the most was my trip to Zambia. To say that God kind of rocked my world during this trip is a bit of an understatement. And looking back, I don't really know what I expected from this trip, but it definitely didn't expect to leave my heart there. I can vividly remember moments from my trip because I was experiencing true, untainted joy. I mean, I am talking about the kind of joy that happens when you are exactly where God wants you to be and when you are just being the person that God wants you to be. And I think the closest thing that I can just relate it to is just simply heaven on earth. And I may have left that place with an empty heart, but I think more importantly, I left with empty hands because for the first time in my life, I had just kind of cast aside these plans that I had made for my life because I had learned one of the most important lessons, which is that God's dream for my life is way better than my dream for my life. And I don't really know what God's dream is for you guys, but please believe me when I say that you're not going to experience true joy unless you just devote your life to figuring out what his dream is and just chasing after it with everything in you. And I'm not going to pretend that coming to Zambia is the only way to figure out what God's dream is for your life, but I mean, who knows? Like, I never would have expected it. But it's definitely just an opportunity to just get away from the distractions of everyday normal life and to challenge yourself and to just truly live out what we claim to believe. And I don't know what your Grace Prep experience has been like, but I just pray that you are learning and have learned just as much as I did when I was there. I cannot wait to get back to Grace Prep and State College and just to experience firsthand what God is doing in and through the students there. I can't tell you how thankful I am for this school and for the role that it played in shaping who I am today. And I just pray that you would just get excited with me as we celebrate the dreams that God has for this school. Because I promise you that they are big and unimaginable, and they're probably going to rock our world. So just get ready with me and get excited and thank you so much for being here. I guess I'll see you guys soon. So, bye!